So hey guys, thanks everybody for getting on tonight. So a couple of things that I wanted to talk about tonight was some of the things that I have personally been doing. One of the things is something that I actually learned from Jenna was a six list, which has been really helping me get myself organized. I know a couple of you guys have maybe heard me talk about a new personal development book that I've just finished a couple of days ago, and it's called Eat That Frog. So I'm not going to go into too much about the book because I really think that everybody, if you're looking for something that is going to help you with time management and making lists and working from a list and just really helping yourself get organized with your brain or your business, like in life in general, like I really think this is a book that would really help you. I've also been doing a training with Mandra, which I paid for, but I'm really liking it. It's really basic, so it's really good for new distributors. I don't think you need to buy it, but I've been finding it really helpful. So before I get into all that stuff, I wanted to tell you about some of the stuff that I did this weekend. So you guys seen me post a video in the page about blitzing. So a lot of people think once they blitz a place once, that they don't need to blitz that same place again. Well, you're wrong. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, even if you've been to the same place 50 times, you can always come in contact with new people. So the same place that I put the video about was I went back there again a couple of days later, and I went to a new cashier. I always try to go to a new person as much as what I can. And I started talking to the girl. And she was actually really sweet girl. She was joking around with my daughter. I was there with my daughter, and we were talking. And then I was like, hey, Tammy, can you mute yourself? So we were just talking and stuff, and then I was just like, hey, you're such a sweet person. Like, can I give you a coupon for my business? And she was like, yeah, for sure. So I gave her the coupon. Her instant reaction was, oh my God, I've been looking for the hair, skin, and nails. And I was like, yeah, I can help you. So anyways, long story short, I added her on Facebook. She's going to come to an online party, and we've been chatting back and forth and like building that relationship. And Laura, could you mute yourself? So anyways, me and her have been chatting back and forth, and I actually been talking to her about the business side now. So even though I've been to this place a couple of times and I've got to talk to a couple of different this is the second person in 3 days going back to the same grocery store that I've gotten two different contacts with through two different people who are looking to, buy products or try the products and now the business. Again, I went to the mall. So my favorite pair of boots was completely ruined, and I went to go try and get them fixed. They couldn't fix them, so I went to the mall and I bought a new pair of boots. The girl at the place. So when we're out blitzing, one of the biggest things I have to tell you guys that you have to be doing is paying attention to what people are saying around you. So like if you're sitting down listening to, like if you're in a food court and you hear people talking, like obviously you don't have to be like, hey, but you can simply say like, oh, I just overheard you saying this or saying that, and like you can like give them a blitz card. This is something that I think might be able to help you. So anyways, I'm talking to the girl who was helping me with my boots, and we were just chatting. And then she says, oh my God, the mall is so slow. Like I thought it would have been a lot busier, this and that and whatever. And I said, well, are you looking for work? And she's like, why, are you hiring? And I said, well, it depends on what kind of work you want to do. And she was like, awesome, really cute girl. She's young, like a little firecracker. Anyways, I told her I was like, have you ever heard of It Works before? And she was like, yeah, that Crazy Rough thing. And I'm like, yeah, Crazy Rough thing. Awesome. So anyways, me and her start chatting. She adds me on Facebook again. I got her contact number, and now she's actually interested in becoming a distributor. So just like some of the things, again, I was telling Jenna earlier, I went out to a club last night. So I always bring my blitz cards when I go to a club because you can always talk to people when you're out, and it's hilarious. It's actually fun to do it at a club because they're they're already so like happy and like whatever. The biggest thing is that when you actually go out and you have, it's literally like picking up a guy or picking up a girl. Like you have to make sure to get that number. So you get that number and you're good. Because then they might not really remember that you had this conversation, but then you can call them up and be like, hey, I met you last night in such and such place. We had a great time, we talked about this. You know, you get them to add you on Facebook. So anyways, that's what I did yesterday. So I just wanted to share some of those blitzing stories with you guys. And just like, if you hear me talk about it, like I smile, I joke, I'm happy. I love sharing the products. I love talking about the business. I think we really have such an amazing opportunity in front of us. You just have to utilize the tools that we have to make it happen. So with that being said, so that's like my blitzing stuff. So some of the stuff that I wanted to kind of go over was some of the stuff that I have been learning this week. So the Mandra stuff. So this is one of the biggest things I've taken away. So network marketing is a numbers game. So you always hear Jackie say, it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game, it's a numbers game. For those of you who don't know Mandra, so Mandra is the second Black Diamond that we've had and it works. She's been in the business since, where's my timeline? 2012, I believe. 2011. So she, in 6 months into the business, she sold her business in 6 months. So, which is crazy. She was a salon owner, two owners, 2 salons, and it's just like she just broke records. She's crazy. Anyways, but what I've gotten from her is, so network marketing is a numbers game. You have to be willing to work through the numbers to be successful. So with her, one of the things she said, she's like, she enlisted 600 people. So she personally enrolled 600 people, okay? Out of those 600 people, she spoke to 600 people. She got 350 signed up, 150 quit, 75 did something, 25 got serious, and 6 people made her a millionaire. 6. So think about that. We're always looking for that rock star. We're always looking for that person and stuff like that. But the only way we're ever going to find those people and that rock star is if we go through the number of people that we have to talk to. So if she signed up personally enrolled 350 people, and only 6 of those people made her a millionaire, think about that. But she talked to 600. You know what I mean? So like if you look at it, you have to talk to people, you have to keep going. Yeah, like 600 to get 6. It's crazy. So it's like you need to know people are going to quit. No matter what, people are going to quit because people quit. People quit if they're going to do ballet, if they're going to do soccer, if they're going to do volleyball, if they're going to go to the gym, if they're going to do a diet. People quit. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? So we can't look at everything and feel like it's a personal thing when they do, because they just do. That's just what we do, you know? So we can't make it personal. So these are just like some of the big things that I've just been like, this is awesome. Because, you know, we always get stressed out of the people who quit and the people who don't work and the people who aren't working how we work or not going as fast as what we're going. So it stresses us out and we feel like, okay, well, maybe we're doing something wrong. Maybe you're not doing anything wrong at all and maybe you're doing everything right. It's not on you, it's on them. You know, so they're responsible for their business, you're responsible for yours. So as long as you can say that you're doing your daily method of business every day, that's all you need to do. You worry about yourself and you work with your team. So, and also don't let your perfection become your procrastination. I thought this was a great thing. We always strive to be perfectionists. We always strive to do everything right at all times. And we try to not be people. We're people. We make mistakes. We sound silly. We sound funny. We're insecure. This is what we are, you know, like, and it's building past it and going through it and growing as a person that gets you to the next level. Or some of the things. So being persistent, being constant, giving it time and being patient, and don't be addicted to the outcome. So don't always be looking at the end, like at the end result, like, oh my God, I want it. Don't be addicted to the outcome. Just work your business and do what you have to do and have faith that you will get there. Because you will. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will get there. You have to believe that you can. You don't have to quit your job, but you need to treat this business like a business. You can't treat it like a hobby. If you want to make hobby money, that's awesome. Make hobby money. If you want to make business, you want to own your own business and make like a lot of money, then you need to treat this like a business. And getting your, and like Jackie said, the most important part of this business is getting your mind right. The biggest thing I've been talking to a lot of people about lately is this is a mind game. It's mind over matter. And you hear about that stuff all the time. Like you hear about, yeah, exactly. Rome was not built in a day. It takes everything. It's like, have any of you guys ever heard the saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Right? And that's how it is. Right? But that's how it is. Like you take one step forward in front of the other, after the other, after the other, and that's just what you do. Always be prospecting. So everywhere and anywhere you go, always be prospecting. You will never run out of people. People are always like, oh my God, I don't have anybody else to talk to. I don't know. Well, that's because you're not out meeting people. You're not out talking to people, because there's people around you every single day. So you'll never run out of people. There, like just in my area alone, there's 1.4 million people. 1.4 million people in Peel region where I am. How can I speak to 1.4 million people? I'll never speak to 1.4 million people. That's crazy. So keep your eyes open. Everyone around you could be a potential business partner. Be someone that people can be drawn to. So like be a person, be real, be you. You don't have to change who you are. You learn and you grow and you can do all these things, but still be who you are. Are you writing your goals down? So do you have 30-day goals? Do you have 60-day goals? Do you have 90-day goals? Do you have a 5-year plan? Right? Like if you cannot see where the end is, then how do you expect to get there? Like if you don't have a goal, if you want to be an ambassador, okay, so I want to be an ambassador. So when do you want to be an ambassador? What are these goals? What do you have to do to get there? So getting to ambassador, you have to set those 30-day goals. You have to set those weekly goals. You have to do, goals are so, so, so important. They keep your mind right. They keep your head straight. They keep you working towards what you want. You got to think about your why and where to get there. What's some other things? Sorry, I'm like excited. Can you tell how excited I am? This is why, like, personal development, you guys, like, I know some of you guys are like, oh God, here she goes with the personal development. But I'm telling you, personal development, if no other thing, it will change you in so many ways. Will make you a better person, will make you a better parent, will make you a better partner, make you a better friend. Like, it will change everything about you. And this is what I learned. So when I learn these things and I read and I watch videos or I do whatever, and then I get to come and share this, and this is what, like me being in this business for 1.5 years, and I might not be to where, like, I wanted to be presidential. I remember when I got my book from conference last year, I wrote in my book, look, I'll show you guys. It's right here with me. So I said, I'm going to be presidential diamond. I was executive when I went to conference last year, and I wanted to be a presidential diamond when I went to conference this year. So obviously, I'm a little bit disappointed that didn't happen, but I've grown so much as a person in the last year, and I've grown so much as a leader and as a friend, and I love this business even more. So am I to where I wanted to be? No. Am I to blame? Yes, 100% I am to blame, because I did not work my business how I should have worked my business all the time of when I should have worked it. And that is totally on me. But then, like, some of the other things that I got from this too was, so closing the deal. So when we're talking, just side note, one of these really good things that I got from this thing I listened to the other day was when you guys are making your posts on Facebook or in your pages or whatever, don't ever respond to the post on your page. So don't respond to the comment. Just put PM you. Because then if anybody else is scrolling through that page and they're seeing that comment, they're already looking, they might have been asking that question in their head, but you already laid out the answer for that person right on their page. So now they don't need to contact you to find out the answer. Whereas if you just put PM me or PM you or whatever, then that's not going to, like, how do I say it? They'll want to contact you to find out the answer because they already know that you gave it to somebody else. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah. So just say like that. Don't respond to the replies on the actual page. So for closing the deal, so like, are you asking? Yeah. You would never know that person was curious. So are you asking? So when we're talking to the people, we're talking on Facebook, and when we're talking to the people, like, you know, wherever, our prospects for loyal customers or distributors, are we asking them straight out? Like, are you ready to get started? Like, are you making an ask of yourself? Like, just flat out ask. I'll tell you. So another thing that I did this week was I went through a couple of my prospects, distributors, and I just sent a message, like a text message or a message on Facebook. And I just said, hey, you know what? I'm still really excited of thinking about when you're going to join my team, like this with me. And, oh God, I can't remember exactly what I said. But basically it was just like along the lines of, I'm still thinking about you being on my team and how great and successful you would be. I just wanted to follow up with you because you never told me no yet. Do you have time this week to meet up for coffee? So from that, I actually got two coffee meetings this week of people who've like kind of been like him and hamming. And then I just said like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm still really excited. I still want to work with you. Do you have time to meet up? Because you haven't told me no, I'm following up with you. Right? So you keep going. And these are people who, like, one of those, her name is Shannon. She was a retail customer for me last year when we had the BOGO, November. And I'm still talking to her. Yeah, I can post it. Yep, I can do that. And so yeah, and then if they need time to evaluate, give them the necessary tools to set up a date to follow up with them. So like they say follow up, like our money is in the follow up, right? So then you let them ask the questions, you talk to them about whatever part you're at, and then how many of you guys asked this on the scale from 1 to 10 question? Are you ready to get started? 1 being like, nowhere, stop, lose my number, don't ever call me again, and 10 being, let's go, let's get started. You know, that's one of the biggest and best questions. I know Layla's like gotten a lot of good responses when asking that question. I'm going to call on her later to talk about that. Yeah, so it's a really, really, really good question to be asking. So the last thing I kind of wanted to go, and then I'm going to open it up to some of the stuff that you guys want to talk about, is a lot of people, like especially newbies, when you guys come in, a lot of people think like, well, what am I supposed to do every day? Like, what is my daily method of operation? Like, what am I supposed to do? Because you don't have a boss. Like, I'm not your boss, Jackie's not your boss, Jen is not your boss, Layla's not your boss. So then some people can get lost on, okay, well, you know, they need to be told or they need to be reassured or whatever, right, on what to do. So my personal daily of operation, what it has become is, so number 1, with any network marketing company you ever get into, you need to be a product of the product. So you need to be using the products because how can you sell a product if you're not using it, if you cannot talk about it, or if you're not having other people experiencing it with you? So number 1 is being a product of the product. That is why we have an auto shipment. So we are able to be a product of the product. So we can do that. Number 2 is a daily goal of having 2 exposures a day. So speaking, not just like adding new people on Facebook, adding new people on Instagram, like actually having physical conversations with at least 2 people about your business. So that doesn't sound like that big of a deal, right? 2 people. But if you do that every single day for a month, that's 60 people you are speaking to a month about your business. So 2 people, make 2 people a goal a day to talk to you about your business. And you must be growing. So you must be doing personal development. A lot of the books and stuff that I've been reading, they always suggest that you read at least 10 pages of a book a day and 15 minutes of personal development or a good audio. So, I mean, if you think about it, that's probably a half an hour a day for personal development. And personal development is just so important. Number 4 is connecting with your team. The reason why you need to be, even if you only have one distributor on your team, or even if you have none, you need to be connecting with your upline, your sidelines, posting on the team page, commenting on the team page. You guys should be at least spending 10 minutes or a couple of minutes a couple times a day going through the team page, welcoming people, posting things that you guys feel helpful. Any quotes that you guys see, anything that you find inspirational, like post it on the team page. Don't keep that stuff a secret. Like, that stuff will help everybody, right? So being connected with your team. The reason why you want to do that is that you want to be stretching your vision further than what you ever thought possible. And the way that you can stretch your vision is by doing it through your team. So teaching your team, being a part of your team, being a team player is so important. And the next one is planning your day before you start. So this is where Jenna, which I'm going to get her to talk about this in a minute, it was with the 6 list. So I try to do it down to like a time. Like, I have to do this at this time, this at this time, this at this time. And then I actually had like timer on my phone to be like, ding, 30 minutes goes off. I need to stop personal development. I need to do this and I need to do that. And I found that I was getting a little bit overwhelmed with it sometimes because I have the kids and stuff running around, or one of them won't go for a nap, or the other one's hungry, or like whatever. So I didn't find the time constraint was really working out for me very well. But I do find that the 6 list is really, really, really helpful. I've been doing it almost every day. And I mean, if I don't get all 6 things done on that day, I move the most important things to the top of my list that has to get done. So one of the things with Eat That Frog, they have an A, B, C, D, E method. You guys, like, go listen to that book. Trust me, just listen to it. And it's really good. So basically you have your high priorities that if you do not get done, that will not, your business will not work. So you have to do it. So prospecting, number 1, we have to be talking to people either on Facebook or Instagram. We have, like, out and about, we have to be doing that. So just planning your day. So Jenna, can I ask you to share your 6 lists? It's okay. So the Eat That Frog is in the Worldwide Wraps page. It's under personal development, and that's where it is. Yeah, because I downloaded it from the Worldwide Wraps page. So Jenna, 6 lists.
Okay, so what I do for my 6 list is I do it, I know some people do it. Everything I'm going to say about my 6 list, I learned directly from Cammie Dempsey. So she's a Black Diamond. She's good. I learned everything from her by watching her Periscopes and reading some stuff she did. What I do is every Sunday, I open my calendar and I just number 1 through 6 on each day. Then I think about, I lay the week out. So 6 things can be talking to people, Instagram post, tuning into corporate calls, tuning into power hours, whatever it is, you just want to do 6 things to work your business every day. So for example, Monday, I always put the family call. Tuesday, or I'll put power hours. I know our power hours switched up, so I got to sit down and organize that. It also keeps me very organized. So then Wednesdays, I'll put the online party. Thursdays will be my power hour now. Fridays, I'll try and schedule a party. And then now I already have 1 thing for each day. Every day, I always put on there to schedule my Instagram post for the next day using Latergram, which I think I posted a whole Latergram training in the page already. So I do that. And then I'll do little things. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll put on my 6 list, invite 25 people to the online party. And then Thursday, I'll have follow up with all people from the online party. Trying to think of some other things I do. You can do very simple things such as, Sundays, you're going to go to the grocery store, so you blitz 5 people. Challenge yourself. Usually if you go into the grocery store, you're like, oh, I'm just going to talk to 1 person. No, talk to 3 people, talk to 4 people, talk to 5 people. Try and make it challenging for yourself. Don't make it too easy. What other things do I do? I need to sit down and do my list. I'll do, every day. I don't put this on my 6 list because I just do it. Every day on Facebook, I add 10 new people. So you can, follow up with 20 loyal customers. Connect with my team. That's when I do. Like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll just call 5 girls from my team, and I'll just hey, sometimes I wouldn't talk about it works. I'll just say hey, how's everything going? You know, saw your post on Facebook. How was your kid's party? How she's gonna fall, she's gonna fall. How was your kid's party? How was, you know, how was whatever. I got lost my train of thought. I thought my kid was gonna hit her head. Um, connecting with my team. So just little things. Call your up. Sorry, Jackie. I know. Yeah, I need to put that on there like every day. Call my upline. Sorry. Power out. What else do I do? I'm trying to think. I could get my book. Blitzing. Cami Dempsey even said, like, Crystal too. Yeah, Crystal. Cami Dempsey said something that can be on your 6 list is wear an It Works shirt. But I try and do that every day, so I don't really put that on my 6 list.
I like sleep in mine if I could.
Yeah, it's very important, guys, that you wear your It Works stuff. You have no idea. People will just be like, "What's It Works? What's the rap? What party? What, you know?" And you just say, "Oh, it works," and you just go crazy.
Yeah.
What other things did I tell you, Crystal? Gosh.
Well, so from the Eat That Frog thing, so it says like to make up like a master list. So I literally have like, I don't know, over a page of stuff. So I put like, even for like, you know, obviously us being busy with like moms and stuff like that, like, so I put on plan a team meeting for December. But so I just like on my master's list, and then I broke it up into weekly and daily things that I needed to get done each week. So I do like follow up, plan posts for the weeks, online party, calls, gym, laundry, cleaning, cooking, events, daily task, weekly task, monthly task, and then that's how I broke it up. I put on like, so the beginning of the month was doing up my dream board for the month, right? So my goals. Then doing like my weekly goals and stuff. Then I'm doing the Mandra thing, so I put like do the second module. I even put on like do Christmas list with Chris. Like that's how crazy my brain is, that I find that if I put every single thing down that you have to do, then you obviously have different lists for different things. So like if it's for work, then it's one list, and then if it's for home, it's another. I just find that like me listening to you talk about the 6 list the other day, and I've heard Cami Dempsey talk about it, but when me and you had that conversation a couple of weeks ago, I was just like, this is so much better for my brain, because it was like I know that I have these 6 things to do each day, and I make it a point, like if I have 20 minutes, I work on my 6 list. If I have an hour that I can fully focus, I work on my 6 list. Yeah, so like follow-ups with potentials, making your posts. I have to make my posts there, or I won't do them. Then it's like add 50 people on Instagram. Layla does, like, every time she posts, she adds 20 people, which I think that's such a good thing. I've been doing that, and I've been getting so many new followers from just doing that one simple task. Fridays are follow-up. Friday is also my day where I go into Crowdfire, and I unfollow a lot of people who aren't following me back. So I usually do that. Post in 5 Facebook groups. But the 6 list is really, really good. What else do I have on it? And then like all the corporate calls stuff. Ooh, one thing. Okay. Back to Mandra thing for one thing. So, there's a free webinar. I'm going to post it in the Facebook page. I'm going to post it in the Worldwide Rocks that you can do with her. It's probably like, for the most important information, the first like 30-40 minutes of it is really, really good. But she basically talks about like her 7 top prospecting methods, right? So like how she's built her business. So like number 1 is social media. So number 2 was daily life and building relationships. Number 3 was email marketing. Number 4 was events and expos. Number 5 is contests. Number 6 is blogging. So if you want to blog. And number 7 was home parties and sample parties. So like when we do like our parties and stuff like that. So that's like how she's built out her multi-million dollar like organization. But yeah. So Layla, what was I gonna call on you for again? You remember? I forget. Do you remember?
No, I have no idea.
Ah, it was a good one too.
Is it the social media thing?
No, I have to look through my notes. Oh, the 1 to 10 question, because you use that a lot. You use the GoPro formula a lot.
Oh, yes, I use that a lot. What did you want me to talk about?
Just what you say, like questions that you ask, like, you know, how you word it with people in different situations. Like, just how you're awesome. Just share that.
Well, whenever I have somebody, like, especially if it's somebody that I've been talking to for a really long time, like in the beginning, I never did this because I didn't have that confidence, but now I'm just at the point where it's like, I'm so over it, and like I'm straight out, and like not in a rude way, like I'm just like, let's just get to the point, like, are you serious or are you not? And instead of asking it that direct, I feel like if I can indirectly ask it, then I get a better response. So I learned this from Eric Worre, and he's just like, straight out ask people, like on a scale from 1 to 10, 0 being not interested at all and 10 being ready to get started right now, where are you at? And when you're asking people that, like, you're kind of straight out asking them, like, are you going to do this or are you not? Like, what's going on? And then a lot of times they'll give you a straight out answer. Because if you're just every so often saying, hey, how are you? Not getting a response. And then again, hey, how are you? Didn't hear from you last time. Or, hey, what's going on? Haven't heard from you. Like, sometimes it just really do get, like, maybe they get frustrated or annoyed or something, they don't want to respond. So if you just straight out get to the point of why you're messaging them, they'll just give you a straight out answer. And so I find that's been working really well for me. So,
And like some things, so like with Eric Worre, like a lot of times that if you guys haven't done GoPro, that's another really, really good audio to listen to. GoPro was the first personal development book, like audio that I ever listened to. And that's what pretty much made me fall in love with network marketing. Before getting into this, like I had no idea that people even lived a life like how we're presented with how people live on their own time and doing everything. But you know what? Sometimes it's not about bugging or being pushy. Some people actually need that push. Like some people we can talk ourselves out of anything that is good for us. Anything. We can be like, I'm going to eat this bowl of broccoli because it's really, really good for me. And we might love broccoli, but we don't feel like eating it that day and we're just not going to eat it. We can just talk ourselves out of every single thing. It doesn't matter what it is. So sometimes just asking those direct questions, like if somebody's like, I've gotten to the point now, like Layla, like it is what it is. Like it's either you want it or you don't. You know what I mean? It's like, and if you don't want it right now, you're going to want it later. It's just a matter of time. But the questions are really good. It's just then, so on a scale from 1 to 10, you would ask, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being like Layla said, I'm not interested at all. 10 being, let's get ready to start. But then some people would be like a 2 or a 3. Then you can say, okay, well, I have, would you like to get on a call with my upline? Would you like to come to online party? Would you like to come to a rap party? Would you like to meet for coffee? If I sent you this video, would you watch it? You know what I mean? Like, or you can ask them, like, what is it that's holding you back? Like, I've literally asked people, like, what is it about this that's holding you back? Because you like the product, you like the business, me and you would work really well together. What is it that stops you? And sometimes it's a fear, like a fear of not being successful or a fear that they're going to fail or, you know what I mean? So all these different things, if you don't ask these questions, then you have no way to be a solution to the questions. Right? People always have 100 million questions going on in their head. But if you don't ask the questions that need to be asked, then you're not going to be able to be a solution to the problem. Right? So if it's a money situation, okay, so I can't afford the like in Canada, the $130 for a starter kit. Okay, well, I can show you how you can sell your 4 wraps to make your cash. I can, but then you'll have people who be like, oh, I can't afford it. But then you see them posting that they were out at the bar the weekend. So is it that you can't afford it, or is it that you're really just not ready for whatever reason? And sometimes you really just need to be real. Like, you need to be a real person and be straight up and honest. But yeah, the questions, if there are 5, just, you can send them all different kinds of things. You can ask Jackie, Jenna, Layla, like anybody on the team for help or questions. If you have prospects that you want to get on a 3-way call, or you want to have Zoom, or you want to have, there's so many different things that you can do to get them to attend and get them ready to get signed up.
As long as their number is anything above 0, you know that they're interested. So
They'll
like
even
if it's a 1, even if it's just a 1, they didn't say 0. Like 0, because remember you're saying 1 to 10, 0 being not interested at all, and 10 being ready to go now. And so if they're saying a 1, they're not interested at all because they said something above 1 or above 0, right? So they're just not ready yet, but they're interested. They're just taking some time before they can commit to anything.
I like to isolate the objection as well. So if they say that they can't afford it or they don't have time, isolate it. So is that the only thing holding you back? If money was no issue, would you definitely be ready to start today? If I can show you a way, if time was no issue, would you definitely be ready to start today? Because sometimes that people just use that as an excuse when it's not really their true objection. So we need to be really clear on that. And if they say, yep, that's my only objection, then you can say, great, if I can show you a way to get started at no cost to you, would you be ready to get started? And then tell a story. I tell a story about, oh, there's this girl, Mel, she's on my team. She joined recently. She's, got 15 loyal customers in the last 2 months. She's got a couple of distributors, and she's doing so good at this, and she did not have any money to get started. And so I helped her with a post, and I gave her a script, and we put that up, and she was able to sell wraps to start her business. She actually had to order plus an extra box because she had pre-sold so many wraps and got the cash to start. Do you think this would work for you? Tell a story about a top leader in the company who had no money to start, all that kind of stuff. Or, if time is the thing and they say, yeah, if I had time, then I could definitely do this. And it's like, I love what Robin said today in our team page. She goes, in the time that you just took talking to me on Facebook, you could have made a post and messaged 2 people. And it's like so true. And you can show them like, boom, right there. Like that is all it really takes to do this business. Sometimes people think that it's like, 40 hours a week that you have to be like not doing anything but this business. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's we always make things so much bigger out in our head, and we're always afraid to one of the biggest things is make an ask of yourself. So you have to be willing to ask those questions. And the worst thing about it is that the worst thing anybody's going to tell you is no. And if they say sorry, if they say they're not interested, they're just not interested right now. You just haven't shown them enough information or showed them enough that you love it or whatever. Because more times than not, people join this business with you. They don't join this because of the products or whatever. It's because of vision that you were showing them, right? So maybe you just have to relate to them on a different level. Or maybe they're not about money. Maybe they would like to help people or help people get healthier and stuff like that. So there's all different ways that you can communicate with people. So one of the other things, 100s list. So one other thing I did this week was I actually been transferring. So I have I'll show you guys. So I have a million different notebooks going around for different things that I'm doing. But what I've been doing is can you guys see? So my 100s list. So I have a book that is mostly dedicated to just writing my 100s list of people who I've been in contact and stuff like that. So what I've actually I did this week was I've been transferring all my loyal customers, my distributors, whatever, my 100s list into Excel pages. So it can, and then I actually made different tabs. So if I spoke to, because I work from home, so a lot of times I work from my computer or whatever. So a lot of times I can make little notes in there. If I talk to them, when I spoke to them, what we spoke about, if they're interested in being a loyal customer, if they're interested in being a distributor, then their number, name, whatever. So I just been finding that it's helping me keep myself organized. If you guys have not started your 100s list, you need to do a 100s list. The 100s list can be anywhere from it doesn't have to be 100 people, but once you start writing, and it's putting pen to paper. So once you start writing your list, it just helps your brain. It helps you just really focus on who you spoke to, who you haven't spoke to. And then everybody has a scare list. So there's people on my list that I haven't spoke to, there's people on my list that I have spoken to. There's people on my list that I have spoken to that I've actually forgot that I spoke to because I wasn't organized. So really writing that list and keeping yourself organized, like, man, I don't know. Organization is just helping my brain lately. So it's something I've been really focusing on. But yeah, so that's what else I did, was moving everybody to an Excel page. And then I have it put to my phone and both my computers so I can add to it. Another thing that I was talking to Layla about this week was keeping a journal. So like, it doesn't have, you can have like a little notebook or something in your purse. And when you're out and about and you're doing things, so you can jot down, you know, a post that you thought of, or an idea that you had, or contact information, or, you know, anything. Like, it's just really, really good. And a lot of learning from people who are at the top teaches you how to do things and to make habits that will get you to the top. So if I read like one or two books, or I listened to a couple of audios that, you know, this person did for this and this person did for that, when it's consistently in almost every single thing that I listen to and I read, then you can obviously say that, you know, these are habits that millionaires and top earners and stuff like that they do. And I don't just read stuff from like network marketing. Like, I read business, learning, like just growing, financial, whatever it is that you want to think about. I learned all niches, and it's the same thing all across the board. So they all work from a list. They all plan their day before the day happens. They do amazing things. They all do personal development. You ask anybody who's a top earner in any kind of company and anything that they do, they do everything with intent. Everything is organized. They know what they're doing. They're not confused. They don't they hit their goals. I mean, they might not always hit 100%, but they're pretty close. But yeah, so did any of you guys have any questions or any comments or anything you guys wanted to share before I start picking on people? Michelle, are you there? Michelle.
Why do I always get picked on every single time?
Because I love it. Because I just see your face and I just wanted to hear your voice.
Oh my goodness.
How has your week been? And anything you wanted to share?
No.
No.
No, it has not been very eventful week.
No.
No.
Did you have any comments or anything about any of the stuff that we were talking about?
That I need to focus more on my organization.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell us what you're going to do different then to make it more eventful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have to refocus myself and plan out my week. I actually spoke with Layla today about doing that. So just working on my calendar and planning out my days and writing everything down.
Yeah,
just getting organized.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, you don't have to do solely focus on it. You can still do things while you're trying to organize yourself. Start with the 6 list, right? So pick 6 things that you have that you know that you have to get done. So the biggest thing with Eat That Frog, the reason why the book is called Eat That Frog is because a frog is an ugly toad, and the ugly toad is usually the one thing that you know you should be doing that you're not doing. So they say you just have to eat that frog, so you just have to jump into it. 2 things that he says in there is when you're not doing what you know you're supposed to be doing, that you should be saying in your head, out loud or whatever, get back to work, get back to work, get back to work, get back to work. So if you keep repeating this over and over and over and over, then you'll get back to work. So just doing stuff like that, it's just learning and trying different things and stuff. So who else wants to share? Let's go to Tammy. Hey, Tammy.
Hi.
How are you?
Tammy had a party this weekend. Tell us about your party.
It turned out no one showed up really because everyone's kids were getting sick. But I had 3 people, and it actually went well. So I was kind of glad, though, because I had to do the presentation by myself.
Okay, but hang on a second. Hang on. You just said nobody showed up to your party, and then
But
you
yeah,
said
3 people showed up.
That's amazing.
Well,
Even if
it was-
one person showed up, that's amazing. So stop this.
Yes.
And I got 1 loyal customer out of it.
So like, what are you even saying?
That's amazing. And you did the presentation by yourself for the first time. Like, that is amazing. Like, be super proud about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's stepping
But
outside your comfort zone.
I think tomorrow the one girl's signing up at 6 a.m. She's like, I hope you're up at 6 a.m. She's like, because I'm calling you.
That's awesome. So how was it? How was doing the presentation for the first time?
It wasn't that bad, but it's because they were really laid back people, so they weren't like making me nervous at all.
Well, that's
And halfway
good.
through the presentation, the one girl looked at me. She's like, can you do me a favor? I'm like, what? She's like, sit down with us.
Yeah.
She's like, it's better. It's more personal. And I was like, okay. So I did.
Yeah, there's a lot of times when I know this is going to sound really funny. I always sit too. And like, there's times where I'll literally, like, they'll be on the couch or something and I'll sit on the floor. Cause it just, I don't know why. It's just like this weird thing. It just makes it like less percenty kind of thing. And I'll just sit down or like, you know, and then just crack jokes and have fun and be like, yeah, this is awesome.
The one girl that I wrapped, her results were amazing. Like, literally amazing. She won't give me the picture until she wraps one more time, and she looks closer to being skinny.
That's awesome.
But it was really amazing. Like, she was like calling people. She's got people calling me from Newfoundland.
What? That's
That
wicked.
one is fun. Yeah.
So do you see what I mean? How like when we always talk about there was only one person, there was only 3 people, there was only this thing, then yeah, Jackie said she needs to be a DT. So you should talk to her about the business.
I did, but she said maybe in the new year. She just started a cleaning company, so she's like, her mind is just not, she wouldn't be able to be focused.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
she said in the new year, she's like, because then I could just drop flyers off at the house as I'm cleaning. And I'm like, that's right.
well,
But she's
one
let her get her stuff together.
the new year, yeah, the new year's only a couple of weeks away. One thing, like, just side note, so a lot of times, and a lot of people in this time of year stop working their business because they feel like, you know, people aren't going to buy because of Christmas. They're not going to sign up as distributors because they're not going to have the money in Christmas and this and that and whatever. I know Layla shared a really, really good YouTube video of Jade Hooper. And if you want your business to explode in the new year, because in the new year, when New Year's resolutions come up and people want to pay off those bills from Christmas and they want to do all those things, if you want to make your money come the new year, I know I love Jade Hooper too. You need to work really, really hard through this month. You need to build up that list, that 100s list, so you have so many people to follow up when the new promotions get brought out at conference and we do all this stuff. You need to work through this month. This month is what's going to double and triple your paychecks in the new year. So we need to keep working and going. But yeah, that's exciting. Okay. Who else Arlington want to share?
Hi, what do you want me to share?
Anything. How is your week going? What have you done? I see you with your big, huge list. Why don't you share how you work your 100s list?
Well, actually, I don't have a 100 list. I have a 300 to 400 list that I have been working from since last month, and I'm still working it. So, and the list just grows and grows because it just grows and grows because I keep like I keep on adding people to it. So I've just been adding people to the list, and my follow-ups actually are gonna start from either tonight. I might start up on my follow-ups. I have been trying to build. I actually have been trying to build up with my Instagram though. So far it's been going good. I checked up on this app that I normally use, and today told me I had 100 new followers. So that's going good for me so far. I'm just trying to build up like the networks, build up a lot of people in networks to see. Yeah, so this app, I don't know if you guys can see it. This one says, oh snap, 1 second. Yeah, it's 100. Oh, the hell? Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I've just been trying to build up like my Instagram, trying to build up my Facebook. Been like I'm trying to post differently because like I'm a man and posting a lot of female stuff. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I'm trying to get some men in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to diversify my posts. So it's going good so far, but I have a lot more females than males now. So I already know that females would go for it more than a man right now. So
Okay.
I'm just trying to do that and just do stuff with my blitz. And this month I want to try and push it a lot more because I have some goals. I have some personal goals that I want to meet. You know, I want to bring the wife somewhere for our wedding anniversary, which is December 31st. So, you know,
Aw, you're so sweet.
yeah. So I have some goals to meet. So I know I'm gonna push myself more, especially this month. So it's been going good so far. I can't complain. I got a LC already for this month, which was one I had last month, but it fell through and he did it again this month. So I got a LC yesterday when I was coming back home from the grocery store. So I've been trying to push myself out more. I've been trying to blitz more people. I've just been blitzing. I have been blitzing with just one card. So it's been going good
That's
for me.
awesome.
I can't complain.
That's
Just how to push myself more. That's all.
That's great. Well, personal development can definitely show you how to do that. Right?
Mhm.
So you just need to keep pushing and get outside your comfort zone. So we have the call is going to start and the announcements is going to be announced. Who's excited for this crazy announcement on the call tonight? So we're going to, as Jackie said, yeah, I'm excited too. So we'll wrap it up, as Jackie always says. So we'll wrap it up. And then, yeah, so it was a great call,
Wait,
guys.
hold on. What announcement and what call?
You got to get on the team. You got to get on the corporate call tonight. That starts in like 2 minutes.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
The corporate calls on every Sunday at the same time.
At 10 o'clock.
And Mark posted on Facebook today that he would be putting an announcement this week. And I posted about it in the team page. So just make sure everybody's checking the team page a couple times a day so you don't miss out on all the news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even like on the 6th list on Sunday.
Awesome call.
Yes. Thanks. So we'll see you guys on the call, and then we'll get to share our excitement in the Facebook page. Yay! You can actually go to myitworksevents.com, and then you go to One Team, One Mission, and it'll show all the corporate calls. So you can actually go back and listen to past calls, everything, and get caught up or do whatever like with that stuff. But yeah, so myitworksevents.com, and you'll see it there in the One Team, One Mission tab. Thank you. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Thanks.